Good morning, guys. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. We made a play yesterday in the voice chat first, SPY. Well, after a very long time, I think I hit a stop loss, right? Sometimes you just have to manage, and I was very happy with my stop loss. That's fine. Protected gains from last week. Um, right, so no rush, nothing. Well managed, even though later on in the day those call puts came back, but that's fine, though you cannot predict the future, right? But you just gotta stay disciplined. You cannot hold on to a trade just because you think, what if it happens after, right? So a very disciplined stop loss. So congrats, guys. Even though it's a loss, I think it's a win for us for being disciplined. But then we did nail a lot of winning trades too after. Some in the group that you guys caught it. Congrats. But SPY, I'm just gonna write the ES numbers here first, which we do every morning. So get used to it, right? And if you still haven't gotten used to it, you should. It helps a lot. 47.15 will be the first resistance above 4700. Okay, and then 4700 on its own is hard, right? Let me just. CNBC. Yes. So 4700, right, is the first resistance, and then 4715 will be hard. 4715 is likely a confirmation for a nice little put play. So when ES reaches 4715, you can probably catch a retest of 4700, and that 15 points is good for a retest for a puts play, right? Well, obviously you want to manage your size, position sizing, and see the market conditions. It can obviously pass through it, but 4715 is likely to stall. All right. And the range that we're expecting for today is 0.57%. That's the expected range. Obviously, we can go way out of it. So not a lot of volatility today. So volatility likely to be low based on the data, likely to be low. This can be wrong, but this is based on the data, the way people are hedging, and the calls and puts that are bought. All right. It's Wednesday, there's expiry. And then the first support test that we have is 46.75. As long as we stay above 46.75, great chances we get through 4700. Above 4700 we have 4715, and with the low volatility now, VIX crushing down the premium in a lot of options will go back to normal. And then so when VIX is usually high, let me show you guys something. When is this it? Yeah, when VIX is elevated, right? So when VIX is elevated, it goes out of its range, it goes out of its normal range, right? And on these spikes you should not buy options on long. On these spikes, buying options a long swing, you're paying a lot of price, all right, or even 3-4 weeks out, because as soon as VIX calms down, the volatility is decreased, and those option pricing goes down by a lot. So be careful, learn these things, it will save you, right? At the same stock price, those options now can be down, or even the stock being up, the option prices can be down. But SPY right here, I have this chart. If we zoom out, it looks beautiful, it looks like an uptrend. Right, all these little dips that we had were the little. I think these are part of the market that happens. It's a healthy market, right? These are part of the market. There will be some sort of news that will justify these dips. Like this last week was a recent one. We had the Omicron, whatever it was, and now we're back in an uptrend again. However, does it become a double top here and then we come retest again, or no? We don't know. That's why we say on a repeat, level to level, day to day, we have more chances of being right. Right, only as a long-term investor in certain equity points, I would look at below levels, which I still believe is 430, 440 comes in the coming months sometimes. I don't know when, maybe this month, let's see. We do have the Fed, and on 14 and 15, we do have the FOMC, just know these dates. All right, so SPY at a critical point, 470 will be very hard on SPY. Hold above 470, we likely continue higher, all right. Tech, similar thing, a very nice gap up the other day, a very nice gap up. Right, a very nice gap up, and now the thing is, do we hold above this level, right? The chart, this gap up has sort of left doubts in mind that it might be filled. But however, if a tech Qs trades above 400, right, hold above 400, Santa rally in tech is likely coming. That's all I can say. But a hold above 400 is a must, and 400 is a hard support. And by any chance, if we do get 410, by any chance we get 410, right, expect Amazon at all-time highs. All right, expect Amazon at all-time highs if it happens. All right, Amazon is still not playable, right? For people with small accounts or newbies, Amazon, I'm gonna go over shortly, but the tickers that I have right now, I just posted them. Let me just look at this. I'll just cover them in order. Just give me 1 second. All right, so first we have, and I'm gonna cover my 2-decade chart in play, so keep an eye out on that. Right? Oh man, where's my tickers? Okay, got it. And then first we have Apple, obviously the title. Does Apple continue? On Apple, I will simply give you one number, right? If takes out 173.88, we fly higher. All right, blue skies, and what stops it until we see some selling pressure. But if it takes a 173.88, expect 180 and then 185 in the coming weeks or the same week maybe. But 173.88 will be really important. We got the 180 calls for next week at the close. I also jumped on some on voice chat when Sachs entered, and Pav was also recommending it. And then I just looked at the overall strength. The stock's too strong, right? I mean, it's a blue skies breakout, and lately we have seen when certain stocks break out, they run a lot. So for me, I thought the risk is worth it. I took a small size. At the open, they will be up by 10-20%, I believe. But if we take a 173.88, those are likely to give 100-200%. So manage Apple. 173.88 is the only number that matters according to me. Go figure out where I got this from. It's very easy to figure it out, right? So 173.88 is what we need to on Apple, all right? Or you can draw your Fibonacci levels from here on your own and just see the levels that you get. But 173.88. In the coming days on Fed, another thing that's possible is that we get a test of 167. We get a test of this. This is it can happen today, maybe this week, and then we go higher. If we get the test of 167, if we get the test of this, and on the 4 hour you see a reversal, I think it's a great add to the long side. Scale in, obviously, this can see much lower. And then if it takes a 173 with force, it's going to get to 184. So that will be a very great play. That's a more confirmed play. If we test 167 and we come to 173, it's a more confirmation that Apple likely wants higher. However, since we're all in Apple, I hope Apple goes higher from here. We have some great comments yesterday that they asked their suppliers to speed up the process yesterday. So 173.88 is what you want to keep an eye on Apple. And next I have Amazon. Great bounce of the 50 DMA and 200. The levels held on the daily, and then yesterday we had a nice little gap up, and it held the gap and went up by a lot. I think it was up 119 points at one time, and then we gave up some. But 35.20 is very important on Amazon. Those that are playing, 35.20 here is very important. A hold above 35.20 today or a close above, it looks great. We bought some spreads into January 2 months out. I gave myself enough time in case it stalls and comes retest this level here again, which is very possible. All right. So Amazon 35.20 is a must hold. In this chop, I don't recommend that you play if you don't have a big cash count. Please don't play it here. It's choppy. It can stall here for 3-4 days, and you will likely get killed on the option. Many of you guys made a lot of gains, but then you want to play Amazon because you see us hitting 10 to 30, 10 to 40, right? The greed kicks in. Watch that trading psychology video, please. And then we have Google, very strong, a very strong stock, right? Does not want to stop. But just know this: 3,000 hold will be very hard on Google. If Google gets a 3,000, I would actually take a short personally. But again, a 3,000 hold above, we have 3,200. It's left a little gap. See this action right here. Yesterday, it's made a lot of people bullish. Right? A lot of you guys want to play it. But I just want to let you guys know: don't get stuck in this. Because in March, April, not Google, but other stocks, the same thing happened in March and April, right? If I was to go, for example, AMD when it was running, right? Same thing happened in this era right here, not era, but like a few months ago when you guys were in, the market became very hard to trade. Starting in Feb until July, so February, March, April, May, June, July, these 5-6 months, the market became really hard to trade. Because it wasn't moving, it would give bullish signals and it just went sideways, nothing happened. So to the upside or downside, it became very hard to track. All right. So let's not hope the same thing happens here. So be careful on your calls. Whatever that you decide to play, we don't want to get stuck on that chop zone here, right? Like a market is holding, is floating, but then every day is a different move. It will be very hard to trade. Trust me. Right. And then we have Microsoft. Another short on my radar, which I'm looking to short. If tech shows weakness, Microsoft will be the first stock that I short, right? Just the pattern that I see in it. However, if we hold above 340, if Microsoft holds above 340, right? If we hold above 340, it likely catches all-time highs and so on. Then obviously not. What I want Microsoft to do, personally, I was going to short at 334, but the market was insanely strong, so why would I want to short it, right? You change your bias because we're trading from bull to bear, bear to bull, whatever it may be. But Microsoft at 340, if I see a failure at 340 on a shorter time frame, I see some selling, I will watch level 2 closely, I will likely short this again. A move down to 320 is possible again, which it should happen. So I'm going to be watching Microsoft closely. It has to get 340 first, obviously, and then let's see how the market behaves. Tilray has some news. They bought some company this morning, right on market. What I posted the article, but on Tilray, what I see on a long-term basis, if I go on a daily chart, right, it's the same point where we broke out from back in January, start of the year. We had a very nice little run, and then slowly a painful sell where they made people think every dip was a bottom. A painful sell all now. This pattern right here that you guys need to understand, when a stock makes this pattern, it's usually now I can be wrong here, obviously. It's usually a flush out, right? When it does something like this, similar, my trend line's not on the point, but when it, from this little triangle, when it breaks down below, it's usually a flush to trigger people's stop losses and kick them out. And now we have some catalysts coming up in the coming months for the NDA. Does a bill get passed or through, right? If you're in the cannabis sector, if you're into the these stocks, watch for the bill, watch for those news. If we base Tilray here and we can get a hold above 10, the first level is 12 obviously, and through 12 I will scale in probably another position, a move towards 14 and 20 in the coming months. It's not an overnight play, this is not a weekly play, this is not a 2-3 week out play, it's many months. So Tilray, keep an eye out on. LRCX, beautiful recovery. We had the sell-off, we made the all-time highs, a perfect retest. You see how these things work? All these news which are dropped and certain things that happen, they're just timed perfectly. We were up, we had the fear, volatility, LRCX gave us some gains, it didn't go down that much, retest, a nice little recovery. And now, sky is the limit, is likely to continue much higher as long as we continue holding above 700. 800 will be very fast, and LRCX, if today we're slow and Thursday we don't make a big move, LRCX is setting up for a great lot of play. My eyes are on LRCX. I don't want to buy it today. The reason being is it made a straight move from 640 all the way to 700. That's $60 increase, a 10% move in the stock. So the options are very expensive, right? So that's the only reason I'm not buying LRCX. I would buy spreads, but I want to catch options on it because I think they can make a big move. So I'm patiently gonna wait. All right, I will patiently wait. And this was another one of the confirmed trades. But however, LRCX, I do see upside if you're looking to scalp. Nvidia, there's a monster similar setup to LRCX, but not at all-time highs. This can stall. While LRCX makes new all-time highs, this can obviously go up to and then stall right here near 340. Right? Nvidia, there's a lot of selling above 340. Just know this. Right? The number was 324 here. We held and then hold about 335, which high we made yesterday was 324. Right? So if we can hold about 335 continuously, we likely see 340 and 350. And do know above 340, there's a lot of selling pressure on Nvidia. But if we hold above 340, 350, 400 is coming on Nvidia. Right? Now Pfizer was our 2-decade play. Right? I'm just gonna go over this very quickly on a monthly. Then I got one chart right after this to give you guys. Similar to Pfizer, same sector almost, and just beautiful. Pfizer, we gave you guys this chart 2-decade, and a beautiful break and great profit. The trade is now over on Pfizer, unless you're scaled in from before. A nice little move all the way from 47, 48, all the way towards 55. It was a $7 move, all right? But even if you call $5 on Pfizer, on a stock that trades slow, options went up 300, 400, 500%. A similar chart is in play. We actually got a position yesterday, right? Some of you that don't know, but so the chart that I'm looking at is Merck. If you look at the monthly Merck chart, MRK, Merck and Company, a beautiful chart, and on the monthly is right at the 50 DMA. The question now is, usually from the 50 DMA it bounces. I bought 2 months out. I think pre-market we're opening a little bit high. We will be in profits. And if we're unable to hold yesterday's low, I will exit my position for a very minimal loss, right? But I'm going to work the ratio in my favor to the upside. If Merck holds above yesterday's low, right? So you can just see what the yesterday, we'll go on the daily chart. And this closes above this green dotted dash line, which is roughly 78, 79. So I'll put likely a whole number. So Merck, you can put your alerts on this. You don't have to trade this right now. You can have a confirmed trade when it comes to you. Merck above 80, likely all-time high test, and through a 10-point run I see. Right, so you want to have this on your screen. LRCX, we gave it to you way before, but the trade came and it was a great trade. Merck, same thing, above 80. All-time high test is likely, and once we're through all-time highs, it's likely to give a 10-point run. So sometimes you have to be very patient. If you have, let's say, a 50K account and Merck gets these levels and you want a confirmed trade, right? Maybe you can throw in 5K in it. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just saying in an example, you can do a 5K trade in it, 3-4 months out, $5 to $7 out, And if it takes our all-time highs, that 5K is likely to double, triple in the same week, right? And even if you take that 5K to 10K or 15K, that's an increase of over 20% in your account. And now that profit gives you cushion to scalp big in the markets. That's how you have to look at it, right? So first you have to slowly build an account. A 50K account, you take it to maybe 65K. Now you have the $15,000 profit to go for confirmed trades and play them with tight stop losses. And you can do a lot of damage with that money. Why? Because profits, you will have more confidence in your trades. But if you go big with your initial principal, you will have that fear because that's your hard-earned money. I don't know how long it took you to make that money, right? So first, you have to start slow in the trading world. You have to build the account. Once you have that cushion, the extra money on top, you can do some a little higher risk, right? Consistency, position sizing is the key in this market. Just remember that. Another stock that you want to keep an eye on is BNTX, given the Pfizer news. On the monthly, very strong, obviously, and on the daily, we similar to Moderna also, on the 50 DMA we bounced, and BNTX, if it holds above 320, right? If it holds above 320, so BNTX, if it holds above 320, based on the vaccine news and the things that we have, this can run towards 350, 340, at least a $20 point move. BNTX, keep an eye on it. Do some research on the Pfizer and BNTX, the vaccine. Some news came out this morning. This trade can probably help you. I still have to look more into it, so I'm not going into too many details. But BNTX, guys, keep a light watch on it. With this, I will finish. I hope that was helpful, and take advantage, manage risk. No need to rush into trades. We'll see you guys back in the chat, and we'll be live on voice chat.